Okay, straight to the point. So let's say you now have a website, but you don't want your people to see these pictures when they go to the link. Let me put this into perspective. So let's say you will have your website here. It's a local host, local. It's a local host. WCT and images, right? So let's say you have your site, but you don't want people to get into this folder when they put in the link here at the top. So how do you deal with this one? For example, as you can see, these are the files that you see here. So as you can see, these computers, and also these three other pictures, right? So how to deal with this one? So there is a file that I've created over here, which is index. Remember what I said about index being the first script that is it's accessed. So now we paste this one. So when we now refresh, it will take us back. As you can see here at the top, we are no longer in the folder images, but we are now inside the folder WCT, and it's printed PHP homepage. That's because it is this file that is showing up .php, right? It is this one. So but then keep in mind that if I now try to access this uh, uh, this folder called images, when I hit enter, it will take me back to the previous folder. If I hit this one, it takes me back. Why is that? It's because we now have this file here, and since it is the one that it's runs first when we access the folder images, there is a code here inside which tells the the uh, the server to, hey, uh, you need to go back here. For example, if we now access this file index.php, the one that is defaultly called by the server, it's this one. But if we access this folder, there's this script from line 4. If you can check line 4 says we are taking you back to the previous folder, this dot forward slash. So what is happening here basically, if you don't want it to seem rude, or the person not having an idea what is happening, you can put an error here saying, you can write something like script, something like this, saying alert, and then you can tell the person whatever. You can say you don't have permission to be in this folder, for example. You can say something like this so that the person doesn't like freak out when they see such. And then now we close our script. I hope the code doesn't have errors, because most of the time you get to have errors. So now when we go back here and then we try to access the folder images, it should give us that pop-up as an alert, so that we at least get to have a clue, right? So if we say enter, it now gives us this pop-up saying you do not have permission to be in this folder, and when the person clicks OK, it takes them back. So this is how you can redirect visitors to certain folders, you see. Or for example, you can redirect them even to Google, to anywhere. You can direct these people to everywhere. And then some people will be like, here I did not specify any specific file. The thing is, the server will take the visitor outside this folder images, and it will be in this folder wct, and by default the server will search for index. And in here, as you can see, there are two index. There is index.html and index.php, and there is this other video where I made a tutorial saying the server prioritizes .php instead of .html. That is why it ignores this one and defaultly goes to this one. But you can manually go to this one if you want to. For example, this one, if you go to it, it will say index homepage html. This one is written php homepage. So if we can come here and then manually say we want index.html, it will show what it is supposed to show, because still it is an existing file. So yeah, and also these are not the only ways to redirect a user. For example, if you come here, but normally if there was if there are things that you need to show before the error, it is recommended that you use JavaScript. But then also there is a PHP way of doing this. I think it's we use header, and then inside we then use location, and then let me just use index.html, and then semicolon. All right, so now let us refresh, and then let us try going to inside this folder images. It should actually redirect us to index.html. So enter. So we are getting this error because the way I've written the code here, it's like the index.html file, it's in the same folder as images. So I should actually say dot /. So if we can now remove this one and then say enter, it should take us back to index.html. Yeah, so that's how you redirect a user. Yes, so there may be a lot of reasons why you need to limit a user in certain folders. Maybe the user first needs to log in, they must have a certain information, things like that. There are a lot of reasons, but then this is it's a reason where you don't want them to access the images separately, you see, without maybe a proper display. So yeah, this is one of the reasons. The other one, maybe the user first needs to log in. Another one, they should have maybe certain cookies. I mean, they must have a session with the website, or they must have certain variables, things like that. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video, and if you have any questions, you can kindly leave them in the comment section. So see you next time.